boats and their skiers have converged on Grafton for the 19th running of the TUI's NBN television Grafton Bridge-to-Bridge ski race. Hello, I'm Gary Blair and welcome to an NBN Sports Special. The challenge for the top crews today is to break the Tom Hughes from the Central Coast with Top Gun set the record last year. The word around the traps is that Wild Turkey will be giving the gun a run for its... Settle into your seats, we're going to take you for the ride of your life.
First to tackle the Clarence, the Syndicate. What a plum job. Phil Carl able to pull his crew around the course in under 3/4 of an hour. But with Top Gun and Stan Nager at the helm of Showdown, eager to do well, you could tell the race record was looking shaky.
What's going through your mind at the moment?
Well, I suppose the course more than anything else. Just trying to remember which way to go, the best lines, and some of the tricky points, the channel down at Lawrence.
The challenge today is to get under the 40-minute mark. Can you do it?
I think so. I think if we can't do it, somebody else in Unlimited will do it. Last year we came home in about just over 40 minutes and we coasted home. I think you could see a time today around 38.5 or 39 minutes. It's certainly achievable.
When you have a look at the conditions today, is this everything that the organisers and the competitors could ask for? A beautiful morning and the water is just looking fantastic.
This is perfect. If it can't be done today, it won't be done at all.
The unlimited class of ski boat racing could be described as the professional end of the sport. Investment in the boat, the name of the game. The skiers are also pros. Fitness fanatics with a different marathon in mind. Speed their objective. Cliff Priest and Jamie Graziano are part of the Sting team.
Well, they're good conditions. I like it with a bit of chop on it, but it's pretty good.
What sort of time do you think you'll be able to put through today?
Oh, we'll get down to the record time, I'd say, around the 40 minutes. 41, if everything goes right, no problems.
What's it about the race that keeps bringing you back?
Oh, it's just a good one to win, if you can ever win it, that is. But, we'll give it a good shake this year.
Jamie, you're behind the boat today. How are you feeling at this point?
Oh, pretty good. It's a big race, so a bit nervous.
What was it like last night for you?
Oh, couldn't sleep.
What would you like to do today? Would you like to crack that 40-minute mark?
Oh, well, but it's pretty tough to beat, I think.
Graham, observer on Rampage, what's going through your mind at this point?
We're pretty well prepared, everything's okay, and we've got a race plan that we hope to stick to, and we'll just see what happens.
Graham, most people would see you sitting here this morning and thinking he's looking so cool, so calm. What is it that makes you feel that way?
No, the butterflies are there, and I guess if you're not a little bit nervous, then you should be.
Have you got to be focused on, your whole job?
Yes, concentration, especially my job as the observer. I have to concentrate and make sure the skiers get exactly what they want, and that we don't have any dramas during the race, and we get through. And once you finish, that's the main thing, and then you see what happens.
Is it a case of having to call the shots and being very firm about it?
Oh yes, yeah, it certainly is. And if we don't get what the skiers want, I have to thump the driver and give him a bit of a nudge and make sure he does exactly what we need.
Oh, we're going in pretty confident. We should give it a good shake, actually.
Let's have a talk about the boat. It would have to be one of the fastest ones to hit the water.
Yeah, that actually is. Yeah, it's a road deck, an all aluminium block we brought in from the States, and we built it up, and it's got about 1,250 horsepower with 5,500 revs.
It's the meanest looking engine I've seen all weekend. What is the potential on the water? What sort of speed can you turn out if you open the taps right up?
We've been clocked with skiers on a radar at 179 kilometres an hour.
Does that make you wince on occasions when you think you're going that fast, or is that just the greatest rush you can get?
Oh, I think it's a good rush, but you sort of get used to the speed.
One thing that would amaze most people is that there's very little of the hull of the boat actually in the water. Does that ever concern you at times?
No, it's when your hull's efficient, I think that's when it starts getting up and getting on the tail, and that's when you know you're into it.
For you being at the helm, what sort of things are going through your mind during a race which is 108 kilometres long? You're against the clock and you've got two guys behind you. What's your main priorities?
I'd say in this race here, it's probably catching the boat that's in front of us. We'd leave 13th, and every bend we'd probably see both and we'd try and catch them. Looking at the oil pressure, making sure the temperature's okay, and making sure the skiers can hang in there, and taking all the observer signals.
Well, communicating with your observer, how hard is it when you're pushing, basically 170 plus kilometres an hour?
Well, you get sort of an up or a down, and it's one way. You don't get many ups at that speed. You just slowly creep into it. But you get a few downs and you come down and slowly creep back into it again.
Having a look at the field for this year's event, who do you think are going to be your main challengers?
There's a lot of good ones in there. You've got Wild Turkey, apparently has been doing real well up in Sydney. Top Gun, Warlord. There's probably, half a dozen good boats out there.
Can you crack the 40-minute mark?
If it's smooth, good water, I think we could, yeah. Could do under 40 minutes.
When you get home, baby, drive me a few yard lines.
17 boats lined up in the unlimited class. Unfortunately for Humble, it wasn't to be their day. Ecstasy claimed second in unlimited outboard with a 43.5-minute circuit. Last of the unlimited class to weigh Stinger. Conditions getting busy and they managed a 54-minute race time.
Greg, how much power can you produce?
These boats produce between 900 and 1,000 horsepower.
What sort of speeds are we going to be looking at?
In excess of 160 kilometres an hour.
Everyone will be asking what sort of fuel does it run on?
This turbo engine runs on a mixture of aviation fuel and methyl benzene.
And how much is the engine and the boat itself worth?
Oh, the engine's around between $30,000 to $40,000.
How's everything been going this year for you?
Really good. Yeah, it's a good boat and we think we're in with a chance.
Before we have a look at skiing behind the boat, what sort of results can you expect out there in the race?
Well, we'll be giving it our best shot and we hope to come home with a win.
Shane, you have spent 3 years skiing behind Stinger. What sort of feeling do you get? Is it one real heck of a buzz?
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, I had a bad accident probably 2-3 years ago now, and I've just been slowly getting back into it, but it is a good team and we're a real good shot. It's nice and smooth. I think the record will be broken.
Who do you see as your main challenge out there?
Probably Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey was tipped. Peter Frazier, John Hickey, Danny Cropper and Craig Brown didn't disappoint.
You don't know how fast you're going. I was thinking to myself now, if these guys are sort of saying steady it, everyone else in this race must be doing the same. So I was fairly confident halfway mark, but where I had confidence was coming back. We're coming back quicker. We come home fast and we went up. I clocked ourselves at 18:26 coming home. So halfway back, I thought there's no way in the world, if anyone does beat us, they deserve it. And we're quite the confident beat.
One of the guys behind today was Craig. Craig, how are you feeling at the moment?
All right now, but it's a different story to 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Yeah, it was a great run. Pete and John, they just look after us all the time. You don't have to give too many signals because, if you see waves or anything, these guys just pull down and back into it again.
Benny, you're a couple off the pack at the start of the race. How did it feel? Were you getting much wake out there from the other boats?
You do. It's got to be much easier from the start, early in the start. But, yeah, it's not too bad. When you're coming back, you get a lot more wash than on the way down anyway.
John, you were sitting in the observer's seat. Did at any stage a big smile from the boys start to become fairly evident?
No, I think the biggest smile is always in a race is when you finish. And when you can win and break records, well, we're laughing.
Hold your posse, the action's only just begun as we go to the limit in Grafton. The TUI's NBN Grafton Bridge-to-Bridge ski race.
2 decades of Grafton Bridge-to-Bridge racing now complete, and congratulations to Peter Frazier and the crew of Wild Turkey setting a new record, 39 minutes and 20 seconds. And Gary Blair, it's been great to bring you this coverage of the 19th TUI's NBN Television Grafton Bridge-to-Bridge ski race.